Hello my fellow mathematician, welcome to this video tutorial whereby we are going to learn how to solve ordinary difference equation by method of variable separable. So I want to give us these two examples here in a simple method step. So for number one, we begin with the number one solution. So the first step we are going to have is to separate this variable. So you can multiply both sides by dx to be left with 2 y dy is equal to x plus 1 power 4 dx. Then at this level you have separated the variable, so we take integral both signs. On this left hand side, the integration is direct because we integrating by power rule. So what we do, we add 1, so you have 1 plus 1, and we divide by 1 plus 1. So that is the result. So the result here will be 2 divided by 2, then y squared, which is equal to. On the left hand side, we are going also to use the power rule, whereby we are going to add 1 to 4 and we divide by the result, which is 4 plus 1. So the result will be x plus 1 power 5 divided by 5 plus constant c. C is the constant of integration. Then by chain rule we also so 2 divided by 2, we will be left with y squared, which is equal to 1 over 5 into bracket x plus 1 power 5 plus constant c. Note that on the right hand side, I could have done this by, so alternatively, on the right hand side of this one, we can integrate it by letting, by what is called u substitution. By u substitution, u is equal to x plus 1. Then you differentiate in both sides, du is equal to dx. So now, we integral of x plus 1 power 4 dx will be the same as integral of, where you have x plus 1, you write u, so you have u power 4 du. Then you integrate this by power rule, so you add 1 and you divide by the result, 4 plus 1. The result will be here, the result you get here will be 1 over 5 u power 5 plus constant c. Then you substitute, meaning that now integral of x plus 1 power 4 dx is equal to 1 over 5 into bracket x plus 1 power 5 plus constant c. So that is the result. Hence, the solution for our equation which you are solving, which is 2y dx over, dy over dx is equal to x plus 1 power 4. So we have found our result, our solution. We have found it as y squared is equal to 1 over 5 into bracket x plus 1 power 5 plus constant c. If you want, you can take square root both sides to be left with the y is equal to 1 over square root of 5. Square root of 1 will be 1. bracket x plus 1, 5 divided by 2, power 5 divided by 2. Half is the same as square root plus constant C1, where C1 is equal to square root of C. Now, when you take square root of a constant, the result will be a constant. So that is how you can solve that ODE in a simple method step. So we move to example 2, which is related to example 1. So you have y plus 1 into bracket dy dx is equal to x into bracket x squared plus 1 everything power 3. So the first step is we are going to separate the variable. So we shall have y plus 1 into bracket dy. This is equal to x into bracket x squared plus 1 power 3 dx. So once now we have separated the variables, the next step is that we take integral both sides. We take both sides integral. Now at this point here, on the left hand side we distribute the integral and the dy. So we will have integral of y dy plus integral of 1 dy. So we can first of all deal with the left hand side. So by power rule, we can integrate integral of y and dy. Here we are going to add 1 and to divide by result, which is 1 plus 1. And when you have 1 plus 1, we will have y squared divided by 2. When you integrate 1 dy, the result will be y. So that is what we get. Then we come here to the left hand side here. This part here, we are going to integrate by what is called u substitution. So we are going to let our u be equal to this part here, x squared plus 1. Then from there now, we differentiate both signs. So you have u, we are differentiating this equation both sides. Du is equal to 2x dx. Then you can divide by 2 both sides to get 1 over 2 du is equal to x dx. Then we are going to substitute here. Where you have x dx, we will substitute it with du. And where you have x squared plus 1, we will substitute it with u. So you are going to have integral of half u power 3 du. This is simple. We are going to integrate by what is called power rule. So we are going to add 1 to the index and to divide the result by and we divide with the result. So it is divided by 3 plus 1. So the result will be equal to half multiplied by 1 over 4 u power 4 plus c. C is the constant of integration. This is equal to half times 1 over 4 will give you 1 over 8. Our u is x squared plus 1. So into bracket x squared plus 1, then power 4 plus constant c. Now we are going to combine the right hand side and the left hand side to get the following result. So our result here will be y squared over 2 plus y, this is the left hand side which you have obtained above, is equal to 1 divided by 8 into bracket x squared plus 1 power 4 plus c, where c is the constant of integration. Hence, the solution the general solution of our ODE, which was 1 y plus 1 dy over dx, which was equal to x into bracket x squared plus 1 power 3. We have obtained our result to be as this above here, which you can decide to write it down here. So the solution which we have obtained is y squared divided by 2 plus y, which is equal to 1 over 8 into bracket x squared plus 1, everything power 4 plus constant c. If you want, you can multiply by 2 both sides, so that you are going to obtain y squared plus 2y is equal to, when you multiply here by 2, you are going to have 2 divided by 8, which will give us 1 over 4 into bracket x squared plus 1 power 4 plus constant c1. C1 is equivalent to 2c, whereby c1 is the constant of integration. So thanks so much for taking time to learn with me on how to obtain the solution of ordinary differential equation, whereby the equation is the variables are separable. You can separate the variables and you can write your equation in the form of ax dx plus b y dy, which is equal to 0. So for more examples on various examples, you can check in my YouTube channel at Luke Aaron 1. If you have not yet also subscribed, kindly consider to do so, so that you may obtain other working which I have done. Remember also to turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss a single video which I upload for you every day. Bye bye, see you in the next presentation.